What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the channel. I have not actually uploaded a YouTube video since I moved, so my background is probably completely foreign to you. This is not going to be the first review that I have filmed here. You guys might notice that there was no Night of Champions review. At least I don't believe there was. I believe that was the last one that I recorded. I edited it, intended to upload it, thought it uploaded, was really curious why I received no comments. I didn't get anything from it. My Discord didn't upload it. I was very confused. Turns out the upload failed. I didn't realize it until about a week and a half had passed. And at that point, there was no point in me uploading it. So I apologize for not having a review. I don't know if it was Night of Champions or if there was something after that. I can't remember at this point. But regardless, I'm going to make sure this one uploads. I don't know when it'll upload. I'm recording this on Wednesday night. A lot has happened in my personal life. Obviously I moved, as you could tell, about a month and a half ago. This past weekend, I was all around for Otakon and everything like that. So obviously I watched Summerslam a little bit later. I watched Raw late. So I'm very late getting to this review. This is the first evening, really, that I have been available to actually record it. So I apologize that this one is going up later in the week than obviously I would have liked it to. But I am going to make sure it uploads by the end of the week. Even if it is a Friday upload, I'm going to make sure this goes up sometime this week. But we are here to review SummerSlam in Minnesota, both nights, in one video, as we always do. I did not get Kane's reviews. He's been taking some time off, mostly due to mental health and everything like that, so I wish you well, Kane. But over there, I have everyone else's reviews. It is oh goodness, my camera keeps shifting on me. As you can tell, we have 5 people reviewing this show. Myself, Victor, Tom, John, and Rob, so a lot of familiar reviews are coming in for this show. We're going to count them all up. I have my calculator here in front of me, and we are going to obviously figure out where these things are going to go. We're going to start the show with, honestly, my rating isn't going to show this, and we'll get to why in a little bit. But as far as a wrestling match, my match of the night, Io Sky versus Liv Morgan stole the fucking show out the gate. They gave them time. I've said it at least a dozen times at this point on this channel in these reviews. Io Sky can wrestle a trash can to a 3-star, 6 out of 10 match at least. And she's the only one doing any action in that match. And I still think she could put on a 3-star match with herself. Liv Morgan was phenomenal in this match. I thought she looked great. I do feel like, obviously, as an Io fan, Rio here, I was hoping for Io to win just because I like Io as champion, not just from the fandom stake, but I feel like when Io Sky is champion, the matches are always going to be enticing. Now, the issue with an Io Sky title reign is often the stories are a little bit lacking unless it's with someone like Rhea or someone else that can do a lot of the heavy lifting on the storyline-wise. With what has happened on Monday Night Raw, I am okay with Liv Morgan winning because she is now finally having a storyline built around her. Becky Lynch came back, Stephanie Vaquer came back. You're going to see who's going to be the #1 contender for her. I feel like it's going to tell a very compelling story, and we're also going to get good matches that we haven't really seen before. Obviously, we have seen Stephanie Vaquer versus Liv Morgan, but I can't really remember the last Becky Lynch-Liv Morgan match I've seen, and I damn sure haven't seen a Becky Lynch-Stephanie Vaquer match. That's going to bang. Both of those matches, I do think Becky's going to end up winning that one, but regardless, I was a little bit tense about Liv Morgan winning this until Raw. The match itself, though, was phenomenal. I didn't really find a lot wrong with it. The only thing the big difference between a 9A and a 10A for me is a 10 is a match that I believe is going to be must-see and something that we're going to come back to later on down the year, and it's going to be on a lot of people's top match list or something along those lines to some degree. I don't think this match is going to qualify for that, but I don't see anything wrong with this match to necessarily say it's not at least a 9. As you could tell, Vic went even a point above me and gave it a 9.5, basically for the same thing. It was a perfect match that just wasn't like an all-time classic that we're going to come back to, which is why he gave it that. Tom gave it an 8. John and Rob both gave it 8.5s. So obviously this is going to end up averaging to an 8.7. Of course, we don't do 0.5s or anything as far as the actual number goes, so a 0.5 is going to effectively be a rounded up number. An 8.7 is going to average out to a 9 anyway, because it is above that 0.5 mark. So yeah, perfect, amazing start to SummerSlam in my opinion. Next up we have Bloodline versus LA Knight, Royce Keys, and Solo Dolo Sikoa. This match was so much fucking better than I expected it to be. You could probably make the case that maybe it wasn't deserving of the 9 that you can see over there that I gave it. Although Tom agreed with me as far as that goes. Maybe I probably was a bit more forgiving. Probably should have made it an 8.5 or an 8 like the other 3 did. But honestly, this match surprised me so well because every single person showed the fuck out. From the entrances, from the actual matching. I thought Jey Uso looked phenomenal in this match. Jey Uso needs to get drunk before every fucking match. He's so much more charismatic. He's so much better when he's wild and crazy like he was. I legit think he had the most fun he's had in this match than he has in a really long time. Royce Keys looked phenomenal. Royce is looking better and better every time I see him in a match. This is the best work Solo has done in his entire career. I believe I did say that in, I think, one of my previous reviews. Can't remember if that's the one that went up or not. But Solo Sikoa is doing the best work he's done. I thought LA Knight was extremely enticing in the entire build-up to this match. And I'm interested to see where it goes from there. LA Knight, of course, called out Roman Reigns, so we'll see where that goes. But the Bloodline took the L here. LA Knight pinned Jey Uso with the BFT in the middle of the ring. I loved Solo Sikoa running it back in the middle of the match, stealing Jey Uso's thunder. Everyone, the crowd was fucking into this match. The crowd was yeeting harder for Solo than they were for Jey. I thought that was an incredible touch, man. Listen, I know a lot of you guys are going to say that a 9, and honestly probably the 8.5s are completely crazy, but the match was good. It was a very entertaining match, which is why we watch this stuff. It was a fun match. It was a good match. There wasn't a lot of botches involved. There was a lot of really high-intense stunts and a lot of high-intense spots that were involved in this match. Overall, I gave it a 9. Vic gave it an 8.5. Tom agreed with me, gave it a 9. John gave it an 8. Rob gave it an 8.5. So we all believed it was at least a 4-star match at the very least. And this is actually going to average out to an 8.6. We don't do halves. So this is going to get bumped up to a 9. Again, I have a feeling that a lot of you guys are going to have a lot of opinions on us putting this at a 9 alongside Io Sky, but I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. An 8.6, it's going up there. Next up, we have Nick Aldis versus Gunther, a match that, in my opinion, I was, honestly, as far as night 1 goes, this was the match that I was circling because I was so interested to see how this was going to go. I was very interested to see what Nick was going to be able to do in the ring. I've never actually got to see a Magnus match outside of some clips that I watched leading up to this. Gunther, I feel like, is the perfect person to put against someone like this because Gunther is going to be very safe. He's going to make Nick look very good, and he is going to be able to use a lot of his offense because I believe Rob mentioned, obviously not here, but he mentioned when we were watching this match together and in our group chat, that Gunther has a very, I don't want to say a very basic move list, but he does all those moves really fucking well. But even in TNA, Nick has taken a clothesline. Nick has taken a boot. Nick has taken a splash. Nick has taken a chop. Nick has taken a sleeper. Nick has taken a power bomb. So none of the moves that Gunther is going to throw at Nick are going to be very complicated for him to sell and him to take safely, which means Gunther doesn't have to limit his moveset for someone that hasn't had a match in 3 fucking years in Nick Aldis, and really only was given 2 months to prepare for this match according to him himself. I thought Nick looked amazing in this match. Of course, this wasn't some elaborate, all must-see match, which is why we all gave it what we gave it, but this was a very good match for what we were expecting. I expected a good, not great match, and I got a great match. Not an all-time classic, not an excellent A, in my opinion, although Tom did give it a 9, but I was shocked at how good the match was, and that's where my 8 came from. You could probably make the case that, honestly, Rob has the most accurate rating out of all of us at a 7. I feel like that was probably going to be a very general acceptable answer, a 3.5 star match, somewhere around there. But honestly, just because 3 years without any experience, 2 months notice, you could tell he was gassed at the beginning, but he managed to keep it together. That's why I gave this match an 8. Vic gave it an 8 as well, as did John. Rob gave it a 9. Tom gave it a 9, Rob gave it a 7. The 9 and 7 are going to cross out to make it an 8 across the board effectively. So that's where this match is going to go, and I don't really see an issue with putting it there, obviously, because that's what I gave it. Next up, we have Fatal Influence versus the Bella Twins and Paige. Fatal Influence, of course, being JC Jane, Fallon Henley, and Lainey Reed. This was a good, not great match. I thought this match, it did flow very well. I thought Fatal Influence got the much-needed win. The veterans obviously put over the new and rising talent. JC Jane got the win for her team, which I think was very important for her. A lot of people wanted JC to be in the women's ladder match on night 2, so I am very glad that she still got to be on this card, because I do believe she has a lot of potential in this women's locker room and in this division, and I think she has a lot of potential in general on SmackDown, so I am very happy she got the win here in general, but I'm also just glad Fatal Influence. I mean, they just won the tag titles. You can't have your tag champions take a loss like this. I thought the Bella's turning on Paige was expected. I don't think that really shocked anybody. But honestly, this match was hurt by the fact that Brie Bella got fucked up early. She broke her scapula. Apparently, they almost called the match. She refused to let them call it because Nikki needed the hot tag. It was Nikki's first match back since coming back from injury. So, of course, you needed to get Nikki involved in this. Of course, Brie wasn't able to really do a lot once she hurt her arm. You can kind of tell she hurt it. And that hurt her ability to sell. And Brie even said on her podcast that she does that she felt terrible because she knows that she held this match back. She knows that she was the weak link. She knows that she made this match appear sloppy, and she knows that she hurt everyone because she refused not to wrestle anymore on that arm, but she wanted to make sure Nikki got over. She wanted the match to have the finish. She wanted Fatal Influence to get the pinfall win, and she wanted to make it so they could still do the turn on Paige at the end, so Paige had to take the loss. Brie Bella really put her career, the rest of her career, in jeopardy, not sitting out of the rest of this match. And I understand where she's coming from. I definitely agree with her that if she did make it so they called the match, it would have messed up a lot of their future plans. It wouldn't have given Fatal Influence the win. It wouldn't have given them the push. It wouldn't have put them over. You wouldn't have been able to do the Bellas versus turning on Paige like you wanted to, even though that was very predictable. So honestly, I feel like this match had 8 potential for me. As you can see over there, Tom gave it the 8. The rest of us gave it 7s, and we were all pretty much in agreement. The main reason was because that injury really hurt this match from really hitting that top level that I do believe it could have reached. I've seen a lot of people really give this match really bad ratings. Of course, 4 7s and 1 8. It's going to be average out to a 7. I've seen a lot of people give this match really bad ratings. I want to be fair to this match a little bit here because of that injury. And also because I enjoyed the match as a whole. A lot of people, I feel like a lot of people have a very negative connotation towards the Bellas and Paige in general. And I feel like a lot of people, when they watch wrestling, they take a look at their favorites and they judge the match based on, do I like this wrestler or do I not like this wrestler? And you kind of take yourself out of the match and you are not able to properly rate it, in my opinion, if you are watching with a negative connotation because of who's in the match. I've called Rob out personally, because Rob does that with Gunther a lot of times. He does not like Gunther. He thinks he's boring. And so when Gunther matches come on, Rob loses interest. I'm guilty of it myself. If Austin Theory is on my television screen, I'm probably not going to pay as much attention to the match. And that's not giving it a fair rating. So I feel like a lot of people gave this match a really bad review because of their opinions on the Bellas in general. And again, I don't think that's fair. So taking away any bias, this match was a solid 3.5, a solid 7 out of 10, 3.5 stars, a solid 7 out of 10, and I feel like at least us 5, the ones doing this review, are all in agreement on that one. Next up, we have Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk, a match that I thought was very, very, very well done. Definitely some rocky points to it. These two did not quite have the chemistry, at least at certain parts that I expected them to have, but I thought the wrestling was good. The story they were telling was compelling. I thought the actual match overall was very well booked, very well paced. I thought they both looked very excellent as far as in-ring acumen, although God please CM Punk never do a fucking moonsault again, because that was atrocious. But overall, I really enjoyed the match. I thought this match, I loved Randy Orton coming back and taking out Cody Rhodes. Of course, CM Punk didn't see it, so CM Punk is going to have a lot of questions. He's probably going to feel like he didn't win it fairly. I wouldn't be shocked if Punk decides he wants to give Cody Rhodes another shot, because of course Cody Rhodes deserves as many fucking title shots as he can get, right? So I wouldn't be shocked if we end up getting another fucking Punk and Cody match down the line because of that. But overall, I'm really excited to see where the story goes from here. I love the match. I gave it a 9 out of 10. As you can tell, everyone else, well, actually, Tom gave his match a 10 out of 10. This is his match of the night. But really and truly, everyone else kind of said this match was good. I gave it a 9. Vic gave it an 8. Tom gave us a 10. We have John giving this an 8.5, and we have Rob giving this an 8. So that is going to be an 8.7. It's actually going to get bumped up to that 9 thanks to Tom's 10. That 10 is going to basically offset the 8s. 8.7 is what I have here. So, yeah, I really enjoyed this match. I think it belongs somewhere between that 8.5 and 9 range. So, of course, we don't do the 0.5, so 9 it is. And finally, a match that I feel like is going to be very polarizing as far as the actual ratings go, but I feel like isn't going to be polarizing in whether you thought the match was good or not, and that's Oba versus Brock 3 in a Hell in a Cell match. I personally loved this match for two main reasons. One, they got time, and they were 0 to 100 from the very beginning, and they stayed 100 the entire time. I've seen some critiques say that they didn't need the cage because they didn't use the cage. They could have made it a street fight. They could have made it anything. But I feel like a fucking street fight between these two, it's not going to have that big match feel. I'm sorry. The cage was strictly to keep these two in. Prevent these two from going anywhere. And honestly, it made this feel like a major event, a major spectacle match. And also, if you think about it, this is Brock Lesnar's last match. He has officially spoken on the Pat McAfee show that he is done. He is retired. He is now on the alumni section, which after WrestleMania, he was not on the alumni section of WWE's roster. He is officially on the alumni list now. He has said he is done. He has openly said, I'm done. This is for real. I'm never coming back again. That was it. I've put over who I wanted to put over on my way out, and that was Obafemi. And honestly, you have to do that in a Hell in a Cell. He has never lost a Hell in a Cell. Kendall Gray and Lola Vice just fought in NXT on Tuesday night in an underground match. Lola Vice is getting called up soon because Lola Vice finally lost her very first underground match, a match that she made famous. Now, in context there, she dropped that match, she gave up her spot, she finally took an L in her match, and that was her giving back to the business that has given to her this undefeated streak, and now she can move up to the main roster. In Brock Lesnar's case here, he had never lost a Hell in a Cell match. That was his shit. Now, he had only been in 2 before this one, but he was still undefeated in them, and he had always looked dominant in them. So this was him giving back to the business that had given him this undefeated streak, let him break the streak of The Undertaker, let him squash all these other champions that finally won it, squash John Cena, and you give back to the business by putting over the next monster in the company in Obafemi, and honestly, he did it in an excellent way. This was a hell of a match to go out on. That fucking tombstone onto the planks and Obafemi kicking out and fucking hulking up over it, that shit was glorious. That's how you do a no-sell or a Hulk up moment properly, in my opinion. They did it excellently. I love this fucking match. I gave it a 10 because of everything I've said. Was this the best in-ring action ever? No, it's a Brock Lesnar match. It never is going to be the best in-ring work ever. but it does have a big match feel. It was a phenomenal match between these two. It was definitely their best match so far. They gave them more time than 5 minutes. They gave them, I think it was like 9 or 10 minutes to do this match, or maybe 15 or something like that. I think they went for like 15 minutes. They actually wrestled for a while, and they did a lot of shit in that time, and that's the big thing here. But because of the big fight feel, because of the finish, because of the spots, because of what happened afterwards, because of what has happened days later, of course, I gave this a 10 rating before all the retirement news came out, so that did not impact my rating, but it does cement my rating. I gave this match a 10, man. Again, Io Sky versus Liv Morgan was better in ring, but I feel like everything that went into this match was executed perfectly. It was the best booking decision of the night, in my opinion, from top to bottom, so I gave this match a 10. Now, as you can see, Tom agreed with me here and gave this match a 10 as well, but everyone else kind of, they looked at it from a different lens. They looked at it from the in-ring side of things and gave this match either an 8 for Vic, a 9 for John, or an 8.5 for Rob. Again, there's nothing wrong with them giving them those. It's going to average out to a 9.1, so it's going to average out to a 9. So me and Tom are a little bit outnumbered there just because of the difference in the ratings there, but I don't think a 9 is a problem. Do I believe that? Obviously, I gave it a 10, but I believe a 9 is a very suitable number for this match because it was fun. It was good. They did a lot of shit in the time they were given, and again, all the post-match stuff that came out of it. Moving on to night 2. We have, of course, the match card here is going to say Finn versus Sammy, but as you guys know, when the match happened, they actually added Gunther to the match. Nick Aldis added Gunther as sort of a reward for beating him the night before, and fucking Kevin Owens returns. The biggest shocker of the night. Randy Orton, I honestly expected. I was not expecting Kevin Owens to come back as well. I kind of expected him to hold that one back, but this was a perfect fucking time to bring him back, and I thought this match was excellent. Do I believe that they could have probably done more overall? Yes. I do believe they wanted to be very careful with Kevin. This is his first time fighting in 17 months on a broken neck. Kevin missed that fucking memo. That man did not take it easy at fucking all. The very first thing he did was cannonballs in the fucking corner, which land on his fucking neck on people. That man did not take it easy. That man was not careful. He could have died in the ring, and I don't think Kevin Owens cares. Even in the post-show, Kevin Owens said, "I'll die in the ring. If my career only lasts 2 more years because I don't take it easy, it only lasts 2 more years, and we're going to have fun these 2 years." Word for word what he said in his post-match interview. Kevin Owens wins this match. Kevin Owens is now the #1 contender for Cody Rhodes' title, because Cody Rhodes won the last match, I just realized. I don't actually think I said who won the Cody versus Punk match, but obviously CM Punk won. And yeah, I feel like that it just, this match was a very fun, very exciting opener. I did have to watch this match a little bit later, because I was stuck in fucking traffic to get home. But I love the match, man. I thought it was great. It was definitely worth staying up late for me to watch it. So yeah, absolutely incredible match. I gave it an 8. Vic gave it an 8.5. Tom gave it a 9. We have John giving this match an 8 as well, and Rob giving this match a 9. That's going to average out to an 8.5. We don't do 0.5, so it's going to go up to a 9. So, as you can tell, what a fucking show so far. Can we just admit that? It's going to get worse, but what a fucking show so far. Moving on very quickly to Trick Williams versus Baron Corbin. This is a lot of my friends' first time seeing Baron Corbin wrestle. Tom had never gotten to see him. David never got to see him. David did watch. He's given me reviews before, but David did watch night 2 with Tom. Just didn't give me reviews because he didn't see night 1. But this is his first time seeing it, and he actually kind of enjoyed seeing Baron Corbin fight. I feel like there's a lot more these two could have done, but I wasn't bored of the match. I thought it was a very fun match. I thought the stuff between Baron Corbin and Little Yachty was a lot of fun. I have mixed feelings about Trick Williams losing the title this quickly. I'll be honest with you. But again, I don't know if this is going to be a thing where WWE gives returning people titles out the gate, but this is not the first time they've done it. hey, we're gonna bring you back and we're gonna give you a title out the gate. This is how they get people to return. I don't know. But ultimately, I thought this match was fun. I gave his match an 8. Vic gave it a 7.5. Tom gave it an 8. John gave it a 7.5, and Rob gave it a 7. It's going to average out to a 7.6, so it is going to end up actually going up to that 8 mark. I gave it an 8, but I feel like if you put it at a 7, you probably would have it would have made a lot of sense there. Or, as they put it, the 7.5 range. Again, not a bad match by any means, but I feel like there's more they could have done. It wasn't quite that wow factor that I was kind of hoping to see. But again, Baron Corbin is one of those guys that I feel like routinely puts on good, not great matches. And that's what you need for the mid card. Do I think Baron Corbin will ever be a main eventer? Probably not. But I feel like he's an excellent mid card because he does put on good, not great matches. The real question coming out of this match is, what is Trick Williams going to do next? Is he going to continue to kind of sit in that mid-card range for a while? Because I feel like the main event scene on SmackDown is fucking loaded. Finn Balor, Sami Zayn, Gunther, Kevin Owens is back. You've still got Cody Rhodes. Randy Orton is back. CM Punk is here. That main event scene on SmackDown is fucking stacked. It went from, we don't have a lot to work with, to, I think we have too many main eventers in literally one weekend. And I'm very interested to see where all of that's going to end up settling out when it's all said and done, because only one of them can be the champion. And right now, Kevin Owens is the number 1 contender, so everyone else is just kind of pissing and moaning for 3rd place at this point. So I'm very excited to see where it goes from here. I do believe Money in the Bank is going to be very main event heavy. And I'm interested to see if they do try to slip Trick Williams into the back there to maybe upset somebody. But ultimately, I do feel like Trick Williams is probably going to stick in the mid-card, at least for right now, just because of how now top-heavy SmackDown is. Speaking of champions, the next match here is a match that honestly was kind of surprising for me, and that's the women's 6-woman ladder match. This match, of course, featured Charlotte Flair, Jade Cargill, Chelsea Green, who would go on to fucking win. Thank God. I'm so glad Chelsea Green has finally gotten what she has deserved for so long. We'll get into that in a second. It also involved Tiffany Stratton, and the card here that shows the mystery person that ended up being Lash Legend. She was added the Friday Night SmackDown before the event, and they never released a new match card for it, so I wasn't able to find one with her on it. But yes, she was the 5th member of this match. I thought the match was good. I do feel like the match was lacking a lot of big-time spots, which is why I gave it an 8. Personally, I honestly probably could have given it a 7 and would have felt kind of about the same as far as my feelings towards the match. But really and truly, this match was good. It was fun. I honestly, I gave this match an 8 because of the winner. And honestly, the entire final segment was so exciting and so much fun and so back and forth. You finally got a little bit more of Jade Cargill versus Charlotte Flair going on. You got Tiffany Stratton and Chelsea Green kind of working together, but of course they are both trying to win. They were still cool after the match, which was great. I thought Lash Legend looked excellent. She was one that was kind of delivering a lot of the offense. Tiffany Stratton took some bumps, which honestly, I really, really liked, because I was starting to have some issues with Tiffany Stratton. I felt like Tiffany Stratton was kind of taking her foot off the gas pedal a little bit and kind of just going through the motions in some of her recent matches. Even when she won the title, I was really fucking glad to see Tiffany Stratton really put herself out there, really take some bumps, really make this match look good. Tiffany Stratton, obviously Chelsea Green won the match, so she's my MVP, but honestly, as far as, who worked the most here, I feel like Tiffany Stratton was probably the MVP of this match, and it's really something Tiffany needed really fucking badly, because I do feel like she's been kind of slipping lately. So ultimately, all that said, I gave this match an 8 out of 10. Vic gave this match an 8.5. We have Tom giving this match a 7. We have John giving this match an 8. I don't know why I said 8.8, but it was just an 8. And then we have Rob giving this match an 8.5. So this is actually going to average out to an 8 exactly. As you can tell, what a fucking show, right? We're gonna get to we're gonna get to the one match that is the outlier in all of this, and that is Danhausen versus Dom. I don't really have much to say about it. As you can tell, this is the first time I've given a match a 5 in a very long time. And I don't want you to think that I thought this match was boring, because I don't. I enjoyed the match for what it was, but I've seen it. I've seen all of these spots. I've seen all these gimmicks. The pyrotechnics on the turnbuckle. I've seen the mini housings. We've seen Dom and JD both get involved. We've seen the curse. We've seen all of these spots. So it was really hard for me to go, wow, this was something unique. This was something entertaining. And yeah, again, I don't hate the match by any means. I know giving it a 5 is going to make it seem like I'm shitting on the match, but I'm mostly just disappointed in the fact that we didn't get new gimmicks, because there's a lot they can do with Danhausen, and this was the best they could do for Dom, and I'm kind of disappointed in that. So I gave this match a 5. Obviously, Vic and Rob are both much more entertained by this match than I was. They both gave this match an 8. Tom and John both gave this matches 6s. So overall, this match is going to end up being a 6.6. It is somehow still going to average out to a 7 because of Vic and Rob giving this match such a high score. Yeah, 6.6 is where this thing's going to average out to. And I'm actually, like I said, I'm actually really, really shocked. I'm actually going to check my math here because that almost doesn't sound right. But it is. That is a 6.6. Okay. I'm overruled. I'm overruled. I guess technically, yeah. If you take one off of both of theirs and put it on mine, you got a 7. So, yeah, I guess so. Like I said, nothing necessarily wrong with the match. Just nothing new enough for a gimmick match like this to make it where I can give this match more than a 5. That's just a personal thing, obviously, seeing as I got overruled. But one match that we all agree on, well, I guess technically the next two matches we both agree on, as you can see over there, but Penta versus Gable. As far as in-ring action, Penta versus Gable was the best on paper match, and in my opinion, was the best delivery on that potential as far as in-ring wrestling strictly goes. Obviously, the story of Gable finally winning a singles title is a huge fucking story, but I mean, this match could have used 5 more minutes, and it would have been perfect. I gave this match a 9, but you could have made the case for this match being a 10 and a 5-star match if they gave them 5 more minutes. They were putting on a hell of a show. I also feel like the ending was a little bit out of nowhere, but at the same time, it kind of makes sense. It worked. They did a lot of great spots, which, again, you expect from these two. But I'm so glad, Penta putting over Gable, kind of giving Gable the bump for his excellent work with the Grande Americano story, with everything he's done since then, since being revealed as Chad Gable, this redemption route that he's gone on leading to this match against Penta. Penta coming out on Monday Night Raw and saying that you truly embodied Lucha Libre and you deserved everything that you've gotten. It was a great fucking touch, man. I love this match. I gave it a 9. Vic gave this match an 8 out of 10. However, I will say he's a Penta super fan. Penta's his favorite wrestler. So I feel like he took a point off because Penta lost. But that's his prerogative. He can do that if he wants to. Tom gave this match a 9. John gave this match an 8.5. And Rob gave this match an 8. Rob did tell me it was for the exact same reason. This match needed 5 more minutes. Maybe 2 more minutes. 2 to 5 more minutes. And it would have been absolutely fucking perfect. So, of course, this is going to get turned into an 8.5. So, it's still going to get bumped up to a 9. What a fucking show. Let's just keep that going here. What a fucking show. But yes, an 8.5 is still going to get it bumped up to a 9 because we don't really do 0.5s. But these fuckers keep giving them to me for reviews. So what am I going to do? I gave this match a 9, so I'm not complaining about it getting put there. But yeah, that's where it's going to average out to. But an 8.5, so technically in between these two, I just don't like doing 0.5s on the scale. But keep that in mind. 8.5, still a great match. I'd love to hear your opinions on that one. The next one, however, I don't care about your opinions. Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns is an all-time classic. It is an absolute match of the year contender. I don't know if I would put it there. I am going to have to sleep on this one. Obviously, John has declared this one his match of the year, as you see down there. I know Tom said that this is probably second for him, right behind Grande versus Grande. But man, what storytelling. I'm just going to put this on a 10, because obviously we all gave it 10, so I know where it's going to go on the chart here. But what a fucking conclusion to a massive, massive story that I have grown up with. A story that started in 2012, right when I was on my back end of watching wrestling, and the storyline that kept me going for some years before I fully fell out. And what a fucking conclusion, man. At first, I thought this match was just on here because they wanted to sell tickets, which of course is what they should be doing anyway. Every match should be used to sell tickets. I get that. But the storyline going in was so oddly told, and they made up for it in the fucking match. I know I've seen some complaints about the match because there's more talking in it, there's some disposition, but we watch wrestling, and at least we watch WWE for the story, for the drama, for the engagement, for the back and forths, for the emotions, so on and so forth, etc., etc., etc. And this match had everything. It had callbacks. They did Dean Ambrose's moves, or John Moxley, I guess is what he is now over in AEW. But they did his moves. The fucking shield bump over top of the mask, as if Mox was there with them. Man, it was beautiful. Definitely Roman Reigns' best match that he's had in a very long time. Seth Rollins can still go. The spots they did were excellent. The chemistry between these two has always been great. The callbacks to their previous matches were nice. And Roman Reigns finally beat his boogeyman. Roman Reigns finally beat Seth Rollins clean in the center of the ring with no help. And then on Monday Night Raw, he let the crowd acknowledge Rollins. He had the crowd sing it. He told them to sing for him. I mean, what a beautiful fucking story. Maybe these two can be friends. Maybe these two can now overcome their differences. I'd love to see where this goes a year or two down the line. However, I don't know if it's going to last that long, because I really feel, based on how Seth Rollins has talked, based on how Seth Rollins has acted, based on how Seth Rollins has wrestled, based on the things that Seth Rollins has said, I don't know how much longer we have Seth Rollins as a wrestler for. I do believe it would be early for him to retire, but the man has gone through a lot of fucking injuries, man. It seems like every single year he's tearing something on his leg. He's tearing something on his shoulder. I think the man's in fucking pain, and I think the man is tired of being in pain. I'm going to be honest with you. Again, it is very early for him to retire, I feel like, when you look at the ages of AJ Styles and John Cena and Brock Lesnar, the three most recent retirees. But man, the way Rollins is talking, I don't know how much longer we have for him. So this might be the last time these two get to do this. But I really would like to see these two be friends going forward. Fight at the Rumble when you both come out in the Rumble. Maybe they're both in the Elimination Chamber match in the future. I don't know. But I feel like as far as the Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, using the Shield as a reference as they continue to go forward, I think that part is behind them. And what a fucking conclusion to this story, with Roman Reigns finally overcoming his boogeyman. I'd love to hear your opinions. As you can tell, we were all very big fans of this show. I thought, initially, on paper, I thought Night 2 was better than Night 1. But if you really look at it, we had 4 9s on Night 1, and really the only match that hit the 7 mark was because of an injury. So Night 2 had, in my opinion, arguably the worst match. So really, I feel like this became a balanced fucking night overall. Night 2 had the best match overall in terms of emotional and story and drama, and hit that 10, that classic to tell all your friends about it level. But overall, I thought the show delivered, man. There's been a lot of polarizing opinions, as there always is with WWE. That's never going to change. But ultimately, I don't see a problem with this card, man. Loved every minute of it. Love to hear your comments down below. Please let me know. I will make sure this bitch fucking uploads. Even if it uploads Friday before SmackDown, I will make sure this bitch uploads properly. But you guys have a fantastic night, a fantastic day, whatever time you're seeing this. And I will be back with what appears to be Money in the Bank, which is 10 weeks away. That seems like a really long time. But we'll see. There's a lot of fun wrestling between now and then, so we'll see if something comes up between them. But until then, you'll have a fantastic night, and I'll see you next time.